What's the moment that made you hate your birthday? When I turned 8, my parents threw me this huge party. All my friends came, we had a bouncy house, pizza, the works. I felt like the luckiest kid in the world. But right as we were about to cut my Ninja Turtles cake, my mom pulled me aside with this panicked look. Honey, we need to tell everyone to go home right now. Daddy's very sick and needs to go to the hospital. I was devastated. My friends left confused, some crying because they thought someone was dying. The bouncy house guy packed up while I sat there in my party hat, watching my perfect day crumble. Dad spent 3 days in the hospital for what they said was a severe stomach infection. I felt so guilty for being upset about my ruined party when he was suffering. But this became a pattern. Every single birthday for the next 10 years, some crisis would strike right before or during my celebration. When I turned 9, my mom got food poisoning an hour before my sleepover. When I turned 10, my grandma fell down the stairs during my bowling party. 11 was my dad's appendix acting up. 12 was our car breaking down on the way to the amusement park. By 13, I started having panic attacks before my birthday. I'd wake up wondering what disaster would ruin it this time. My friends stopped expecting invitations. Some parents whispered that our family was cursed or unlucky. I began asking for quiet celebrations instead. Just cake at home, please. But even then, something always went wrong. The power would go out. Someone would get injured. There was always something. When I turned 16, I didn't even want to party. I just wanted to go to dinner with my parents. But halfway through appetizers, my mom clutched her chest. I think I'm having heart palpitations. I started telling people I hated birthdays. Friends thought I was being dramatic. Just bad luck, they'd say. By 17, I was seeing a therapist for what I thought was birthday anxiety disorder. She kept asking about my family dynamics, but I defended them. They can't help that emergencies happen. When I turned 18, I didn't even tell them it was my birthday. I was planning to just let it pass quietly, maybe treat myself to coffee later. But that afternoon, I came home early from school and overheard my parents on the phone with my aunt. Yeah, we're free for dinner tonight, my mom was saying cheerfully. Her birthday? Oh, we already took care of that this morning. I froze in the hallway. Took care of what? I hadn't seen them all day. Then I heard my mom laugh, this casual, carefree laugh I'd never heard on any of my birthdays. We've been doing the fake emergency thing for years now. Works like a charm. She never catches on. Much easier than dealing with planning some big expensive party every year. My blood went cold. Fake emergency thing? The hospital bills were the hardest part. My dad chimed in, chuckling. We just told her they were really expensive, and that's why we couldn't afford big gifts anymore. She never asked to see the actual bills. Smart kid, but not that smart, my mom added. Plus all the sympathy from neighbors and teachers when we'd tell them about our medical issues. Sometimes I almost believed it myself. They were laughing about 10 years of systematically destroying every birthday I'd ever had. I stood there in the hallway, remembering every ruined cake, every canceled plan, every time I'd felt guilty for wanting to celebrate while they were suffering. The birthday anxiety, the therapy, the way I'd started telling people I was birthday cursed. All because my own parents found it easier to traumatize me than spend money on parties. That night, I packed my bags and left for college 3 months early. I had some savings from my job, and I crashed on my friend's couch until dorms opened. I'm 25 now and haven't spoken to them since. Every year on my birthday, they text asking why I'm punishing them for being sick and why I'm holding grudges over things that weren't their fault. They still send medical bills to prove their emergencies were real. All fake documents they probably printed at home. Last month, my mom showed up at my apartment with a birthday cake. I don't understand why you hate us, she cried. We were just trying to protect you from disappointment by keeping expectations low. I closed the door in her face. This year, for the first time ever, I'm throwing myself a huge birthday party. 25 friends, catered food, live music, everything 8-year-old me dreamed of. My parents will never know about it.